We'll take a few questions if you have some.
Sir, can we see a show of hands? Who will vote to shut down the government?
No, we're not going to do show of hands. We're not in a classroom. We're not doing show of hands.
Well, here's the deal on the shutdown. We are working hard to get the appropriations bills done. And the resolve of this group and that you've seen with our votes in carrying over and crushing the Christmas omnibus fever as we did with our laddered approach and the two-step CR, we have until mid-January, you have until early February to get the approach bills done. We have been working in earnest and in good faith with the Senate and the White House virtually every day through the holiday trying to come to an agreement. Negotiations are still ongoing. It's drug on way too long, but the sooner we get that agreement, the sooner we'll be able to get the appropriations bills done. And let me tell you what our top two priorities are right now in summary. We want to get the border closed and secured first, and we want to make sure that we reduce non-defense discretionary spending. That is an important objective. You know why? Because we've crossed the threshold of $34 trillion in debt. $34 trillion today. It's a landmark that is unimaginable, would have been unimaginable to previous generations, and here we are. And so we have a responsibility here of fiscal stewardship and fiscal sanity, and that's the priority that you're going to see us pursue. So too early to prejudge any of that, but I'll tell you we're resolved on those priorities.
Mr. Speaker, you've been briefed on these negotiations with the Senate. What is your view of them right now? And are they going as far as you need them to go to?
With regard to border security?
Yes.
Listen, the Senate has been negotiating, I guess, among members there and potentially with the White House, I suppose. Our position is very clear, and we have made that clear again for 7 months. H.R. 2 is the necessary ingredient. Why? Because it has provisions that fix each of these problems, and these things work together. For example, you couldn't just reform the broken asylum process and allow this parole system to remain broken. It would be a giant loophole that would not solve the issue. You can't just build the wall without ending catch and release, without restoring remain in Mexico. These are the policies and the provisions that, again, had stemmed the flow in the previous administration. We know what works. It's not rocket science, and that is why we have said we are resolved for those provisions. That's what's necessary to fix the problem. It's not just House Republicans' opinion. It's based upon the informed opinions of the people here on the ground, and that is what they have told us. And they have reiterated this over and over and over. Desperately, they ask us to help them solve this problem, not just for South Texas, but for the entire country. And that's why you see representatives from all across America here to say in one voice that we have to do this for the people. And the White House has shown an unwillingness to do it. In fact, as we noted, they've done exactly the opposite, and it's shameful and inexcusable. Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Speaker, Allie Bradley here with News Nation. I'm wondering, we've seen over 7 million people encountered under this administration. Many of them have been released into our country with notices to appear. DHS has even said that many of them don't qualify for asylum. Just last month, we saw 302,000 encounters, 245,000 of them released with an NTA. Should a Republican win of the election here coming up, would the Republican Party be in favor of mass deportations, and what does that look like? Are we going door to door? Are you going into businesses? What would that look like if the Republican Party supports it?
I can tell you it's a very complicated, complex issue just finding those people. You heard Representative Van Dyne say earlier, tragically, nearly 100,000 undocumented children who were unaccompanied, who came across the border, unaccompanied minors, have been lost into the system. The administration has lost track of these children after they've been released. These people are given a notice to return for an immigration hearing. Sometimes it's 4 years into the future. They don't show up. A very tiny percentage show up. So the first problem would be even identifying all these people. The point is, the longer we wait, the longer we delay the closure and securing of this border, the greater the crisis and the problem. We don't have a specific prescription yet that we're proposing because we haven't gotten to that point. But I do believe, in large measure because of this issue, I do think that we're going to have a change in the White House. I think we're going to have a Republican president. I think we're going to win the Senate, and we're going to expand the majority in the House as well.
Do you think it should be within states' rights to enforce federal immigration law like the law Texas just passed due to the state crisis, despite the ruling previously in Arizona versus USA?
Absolutely. Listen, we have applauded Governor Abbott and all the brave law enforcement officers here on the border in Texas. They're doing their dead level best to protect their citizens, and that's his #1 job. The federal government, the White House, the administration refuses to do it. So if you're the governor of Texas or a border state or any governor, you have the responsibility, the right, the constitutional authority to do the right thing and secure secure your people. So we have applauded him. We stand with him in that resolve, and any other governor who's willing to draw the line and take that measure. And remember, everything they try to do, the White House has gone to court to stop. Everything they're trying to do to protect Texans, the White House is going to take them to court and have it undone. It's madness is the only word that we can think of to describe this. And we hope treason, I don't know, it comes to an end soon, and we're here to make sure that happens. Thank you all for being here. God bless you.